Welcome back. Welcome if you're a first time viewer. All glory be to God. Um, I wanted to get on here real quick. I should have looked at the comments because I just wanted me to reply and get my spirit off of the topic that needs to be had right now. Um, but I'm going to tell y'all about that first. So, somebody was recording a church service, and you can see outside was two girls in some booty shorts and they were dancing. Nowadays, like the Drewski skit, people like to mock the church. That could have been what they were doing. Um, they could have been really wanting to um, enter into the church or have a church service, but they came with booty shorts on. They came with booty shorts on. So I don't know if that's what it was. And maybe that they feel like that's all they had, but there's Goodwills, there's donation places. You could have got you a long enough skirt um, to try to get to the Lord's house. And the Bible does says, come as you are. But I believe that that's more so trying to fix yourself up, or I'm not going to smoke, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to do this, watch bad movies, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, um, before you come to Christ in the church. Um, but furthermore, if you come and you have on booty shorts, I feel like it's appropriate for them to cover you up. Like, get one of those sheets that they use when the people in the church pass out, right? Because they're trying to cover them in their business. They're trying to cover them in their privacy, right? When do we stop wanting to disrespect God? When do we want to stop disrespecting God? He made Moses take off his shoes once he was at the bush. He said, You stepping on holy ground. Go ahead and take off your shoes." He was flipping over tables because y'all done turned my house into a den of thieves. So when do we start showing God the respect? Somebody said, I don't agree. My friend went to church and she had on some shorts or something like that, something short, and they covered her up. They covered her up. She never returned. Your friend wasn't ready. Because when somebody is sick and tired of being sick and tired, they gonna get that. They gonna get that. And then somebody else said, "Oh, the pastor had them to put a towel over a lady who had her breast out, her butt out, and um, it's talking about the pastor wasn't strong enough to do it himself or something like that." So your pastor God now? Kudos to your pastor for knowing he's still flesh, for resisting the enemy and he flee, right? And if you left because of that, it wasn't because of that. Because you should be at the church looking for God, listening to his word. You shouldn't be at the church uh making sure pastor let somebody in there with their boobs and butt hanging all out. And then what about the young man that just came to Christ that was fighting lust and pornography and fornication? He just supposed to sit there and have strength and not look at the girl sitting there with her butt and her boobs all out. He's just supposed to do that. So when are we gonna have respect for the Lord? When are we gonna stop turning His house into a den of thieves? Um, and that can be people coming in and trying to take his word, go and use it on somebody, and bleeding the church, asking the church for help, and you still going out there mishandling your funds, mishandling yourself, misstewarding, you know, the word. Back to what he had put on my spirit. The enemy is not after our money. The enemy is not after our house. The enemy is not after our cars. The spiritual warfare that's going on is not after our, it's not after our money. It's not after our house. It's not after our cars. It's after our family. It's after our assignment. It's after our time. It's after our hearts. Because if it can get us distracted and take away our time, that's time that we could be spending with the Lord. If it can get our hearts, it can make us bitter and not want to love. If it can take over our assignment, then that's one less person that the Lord then sent us to, that can hear the gospel. If it can get to our family, it can divide and conquer, breaking up families, households, marriages, the spiritual warfare. But again, that comes from not reading our word, having a sense of bitterness, envy, and coveting, and believing in the enemy and his lies. Hustle, hustle, hustle. You sleep when you're dead. No, you're already dead. Anything outside of God is dead. We have to put our trust in God that He's going to make a way, because if we don't stand for something, we're going to fall for anything. We're going to fall for the mark of the beast, because we feel like the government, the people, man is who feeds us. And if you haven't learned how to fast your body, if you haven't learned how to kill this flesh, it will kill you. It will kill you. And if you don't have a family, community around you to help you and to be truthful with you, instead of saying, oh, hey, girl, you all right, just go say, 3, 4 Hail Marys, or, just pray to God because He has grace and He'll forgive you, to keep doing what we want to do. Or to keep being distracted because, oh, I'm living my best life and I'm taking these trips, and it's, the Lord don't care nothing about that, and the devil don't care nothing about that. In fact, he wants us to keep thinking that we live in our best life and we got something to prove, we got something to show. So that way he can continue to infiltrate on our children's minds, our spouses' minds and hearts, our families, mothers, fathers. Because I know that the truth hurt. And again, like I said yesterday, we must start learning how to take accountability. The truth is going to be the truth. You can't stop how you cannot undo, or you cannot make something be that it wasn't. You can't make something be that it wasn't. And then a lot of times some people get into a state of delulu. It's a new word that I just learned from my baby. Delulu. Delusion. Because it's just so hard to take accountability. It's just so hard to take accountability. And no, I'm not going to sit there and let you beat me up, and continue to play this card like, oh, I wasn't there for you. Oh, I didn't do this. Oh, I said this that hurt your feeling. You're not going to continue to beat me up with that. I said, forgive me. If you don't forgive me, that's on you. I asked God to forgive me, and He said He forgives me. Okay, but other than that, I'm not gonna sit there and let you hold nothing over my head. We're not gonna sit in places where the Lord then called us up out of. We just not gonna do it. We're not gonna keep doing it. We have places to be, things to do. Okay, but the enemy, yeah, he's not after the clothes, the shoes, the cars, none of that. Nope, he's after that assignment. And see, the Lord is after that too. And see, the enemy, he after your body because it's a vessel that can be used for him. And the Lord is after the Lord is saying, kill that flesh, kill that body, and it can be used with my spirit. And so the Lord definitely don't want it. He wants our love. He wants our time. And breaking generational curses. We just want to magnify money, and I'm going to give my kids everything that I didn't have. I'm going to give my kids um uh stability and stuff like that, which is good, but it's an order to things. Okay, you can say, okay, they're going to be, oh, Father God. You can say, okay, I'm going to raise my kids up in a two-parent household, but what if the Lord didn't ordain that two-parent household? What if there's abuse from one of the parents? What if there's arguing and immaturity and a lack of Christ? God needs to be the foundation of it all. He needs to be the foundation of all of us and everything that we do. And everything that we do. Because the generational curse breaking is obedience to God. The only reason why we had the curse from Adam and Eve was because of disobedience. You can either be cursed or you can be blessed. God can be like, I'll be with you until my assignment for you is finished. Blessed are those who bless you. Cursed are those who curse you. Right? But see, it's the obedience to the Lord or disobedience to the Lord that will cause a curse or it will cause a blessing to be upon your life. Let's break those generational curses. And how we can do that is by being obedient to the Lord, trusting in God, believing Him that He's going to make a way, believing Him that He's going to take care of us, believing Him that He's going to have vengeance on our enemies. Like the enemy, he can try it, but he can't take our life. Our lives are in the Lord's hands. Because again, that spiritual warfare is not after, ooh, Father God. And this was a story about Job. This was a story about Job. This is the reason why he hid his kids, the family. This is the reason why he hid his money. This is the reason why he hid his body. This is the reason why the enemy hid all of these things because he wanted him to curse God. And so when the spiritual warfare and things like that, you feel like it's a spiritual warfare against your money and against your house and your car and everything breaking down and in your job. No, it's for you to curse God and be like, where are you, God? You said you was this and you said you was that. That's what the enemy wants you to do. And he's a liar. The father of lies. He's been a liar since the beginning. And we feel like, no, they didn't die. So Adam and Eve didn't die when he told them, If you know you're not gonna die, you'll be like God's knowing good and evil. No, they died. They died. We died. And now we have to choose to die to this flesh, to be born again. And once we born again, we will never have to die again. Even this flesh, even our body dying on this earth is not going to be a death. It's going to be sweet. If you're in the hands of God, it's going to be sweet going to Christ. So, when are we going to respect God? This is what I'm getting out of this life. When are we going to start respecting God? Because the peoples want us to let the kids, glory be to God. Because what if a man walked off in the church house with his shirt off? Would that be okay? Would that be cool? Or would y'all want him to put on some clothes? What if he went off in there with some drawers on, some boxers? Wouldn't y'all want him to put somebody to find him something to put on him? Let's stop disrespecting God. Let's stop disrespecting God. Them babies, somebody should have found something to cover them females up. And yeah, y'all come on into church and get this word. And we're gonna lay hands on y'all. The spiritual warfare is not after your money, your cars, and your home. It's after your family, your time, your heart, and it's after your assignment. Um, and we can break generational curses by being obedient to the Lord. Either he gonna bless you and send you on your way, or he can put a curse on you generationally. What he said up to the third, and fourth generation. This ain't just me. It's the Bible. We have to get into our Bible. Fact check me. Fact check whoever you listening to, and get into that word. Get into that word. That's all I can say. Get into the word. Be prayerful. This life is not about what people make it seem. This life is not about what the enemy wants to make it seem. He said he took Jesus up to the high mountain and said, I will give you all of these things if you bow down to me. And it seems like the enemy, he's handing out blessings. People out here really thinking they're blessed. People out here really thinking they blessed because they got a little bit of money, a little piece of car, a little piece of home. Mm-mm, mm-mm. Because sooner or later, the enemy, he's gonna come collect. And if you can't make good on that promissory note, baby, he has all right to torture you, torment, and to take your life. Because you said you gave him permission. Just like that movie Sinners that everybody likes so much. When you give the enemy permission, he comes on in and he abides in you. But the Lord, and he's a copycat. He's a copycat because he want to be God so much. He want to be God so much, but he will never be God. It's darkness and it's hell and death is what the enemy has. But God, he has glory, he has light, he has love, he has power, he has everlasting life, baby. He has rest. He has it all and has it in abundance. So we need to rethink about the generational curses that we're breaking. Yeah. But see, that's what I said. The foundation, if the foundation is God, he'll take over our spirit and he'll give us the discernment. He'll give us the wisdom again of who to yoke up with, who not to yoke up with. He'll give us the discernment of where to go, when to go, when to come. He'll give us that discernment. He'll give us that wisdom. Once we yoke up with him and once we make him our foundation, once we are obedient to him, it's in his word. All we got to do is read his word. Stop being lazy and trying to have somebody else to give us his word, because a lot of times people are giving sermons, they're prepping, they're giving sermons and like, ooh, this good, this is gonna get the people to shout, and and that's what's gonna get the crowds in, and that's what's gonna get the money in. But um all glory be to God. We need to be in this for God, to have a relationship with God, to have a dialect with God, to have a communion with God, to spend time with Him, so that way we can we can have Him as our Father. We can have Him as a friend. We can have Him as a brother. We can have Him as a husbandman, and we won't feel bad, or we won't feel rejected, or we won't feel led astray or hoodwinked or bamboozled by human flesh. God is not a man that He should lie. He's not gonna lie to us. Why do He need to lie to us? He's the creator. We wouldn't be here now if He was a liar. And see, He gave them 400 years, and then He was trying to give them a place of the promised land flowing with milk and honey. Again, that's all He's trying to do, get us back to the promised land. But we want to continue to still believe the lie. We want to continue to still believe the lie, because our flesh, our eyes, is what we desire. Is what we desire, and we just gotta feel like we're better than somebody. We just gotta be show offs, and it's a show and tell, and it's gotta be, I have more than you, and it's a feeding of the flesh. It's a feeding of the flesh. But again, that's how we break generational curses: being obedient to the Lord. The spiritual warfare, the enemy is not after this material things, the house and the stuff that you didn't work so hard for. And when we gonna start showing respect to the Lord in His house? That's it. That's all. I love y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. It's Wednesday, hump day. Y'all have a good day going and coming in the Lord. Continue to pray for me. I'll continue to pray for y'all. I love y'all. See y'all later. Bye bye.